Over 2 decades building enterprise systems, I've watched countless, revolutionary, technologies fade into buzzwords. Large language models are different. When Anthropic released Claude with a 200K token context window and genuinely reliable reasoning, I realized we were no longer talking about chatbots, we were talking about programmable cognition that fits directly into production pipelines. In this article, I want to move past the hype and show you, from a practical engineering standpoint, how to embed Claude's API into real products and workflows that generate measurable value. Understanding the API before you write a line of code. The most common mistake I see teams make is treating Claude like a search box. It isn't. The Messages API works on a structured conversation model, where you control system prompts, message history, and tool definitions. That architecture is precisely what makes it enterprise-ready. A minimal integration looks like this. The parameter is your governance layer. In my projects, I use it to enforce domain constraints, regulatory tone, and output format, critical when you're working in tokenization or financial compliance where an ambiguous answer carries real liability. 2 features I always leverage: prompt caching, which cut our token costs by roughly 40% on repetitive document workflows, and structured tool use, which lets Claude call your internal functions rather than hallucinate data. Designing workflows, not just prompts. A single API call is a demo. A product is a workflow. When I architect Claude into a system, I think in terms of orchestration. Consider a real scenario from my forensics and Web3 work, analyzing suspicious on-chain transactions on Stellar. The pipeline runs like this: ingestion, a service pulls transaction data from the Horizon API. Tool use, Claude receives the raw data and calls a function I defined, returning structured JSON instead of prose. Human in the loop, flagged results route to an analyst dashboard. Audit trail, every prompt, response, and token count is logged for compliance. That 4th step matters more than people realize. As I insist on logging every AI interaction, because in regulated environments you must be able to reconstruct exactly why a decision was made. Anthropic's API returns metadata on every call. Capture it. The key insight: Claude excels at transforming and reasoning over data, not storing it.